Ciao ragazzi, I'm Chef Roberta and today we're gonna make tagliolini. Let's check the ingredients, guys. We have durum flour, semola rimacinata, 100 grams, so I'm gonna make you a portion today. And then we are going to use the egg yolk only, so 3 eggs. We are going to slowly separate. And before you throwing, sorry guys, I should have made the space. So we place the first, then the second. Do it slowly because it's pretty tricky if you've never done before. So the traditional recipes is with 30 egg yolks for 1 kilo of flour, which is more or less, you know, for 8 to 10 people if you're going to eat on the Italian way. So you keep 100 grams a portion of pasta per person. Opla. If these happen to you as well, then you can catch with your hand. And here we are. We never add the salt, guys, like in all my recipes, and we don't add any olive oil. We just mix all together. Let's start, guys. We're going to mix the egg yolks first. And then, like with any dough, we push the flour until all the eggs are absorbed. It's really nice, this type of pasta, because it has not only a strong color, but also a strong flavor. In Piedmont, we love to pair this type of dough with fresh truffle. Now is the season, is going to come the season of white truffle, which I absolutely love it. So once it's, you can see it's getting dry, I'm just going to clean the fork and getting into the dough with my hand. So pushing all together and combining into a dough. And guys, we have pushed all the dough together and now we continue to knead it. I normally do by hand between 10 to 15 minutes. Remember, it's very important, you need to activate the gluten. So it's going to be easy for you then to stretch the pasta. Today we're going to use the machine, but also if you use a simple rolling pin. So after 10 to 15 minutes, we are going to leave it to rest. Just a little bit to get the dough a bit more soft. It's very particular, this dough, it's pretty firm and has to be like this because the tagliolini traditional are hand cut, so you need a pretty dry dough, otherwise you will not be able to separate the shape. So after this consistency, you can see it's really nice and smooth and firm. When I pinch, it's not stick on my hand. This means that it's perfect. We can leave it to rest for about 10 minutes. Now that we have rested the dough for about 10 minutes, so it is easier for me to then work with the machine. Of course, as I say, you can stretch with the rolling pin. Today I have opted for the machine. Also, you probably have at home also settings which you will carry through as a tagliolini with your machine, but today I'm going to show you, in case you don't have it, you can just carry with a knife. So I flatten a little bit the dough. I always go to the widest part of the machine, which is number 0. I'm going to push the dough through. And it's very important because I want to add really nice rustic consistency to fold it again and go through number 0 for the second time. So remember, I always do 3 times number 0 or number 1, depend on the model of your machine, and then from number 0 up to number 6. Don't skip any number because I know you will do it. If you go from number 0 to number 3, you will get probably the dough stuck into the machine. So now that I have done 3 times, you can see that is much firm. I can go to number 1. Then number 2. And the sfoglia is ready. We have done really nice and thin dough. It's about 2 to 3 millimeter. And now we are going to shape. As I say, today we're going to just use a knife. If you got a setting on the machine, it's much easier. You can just cut it through. But with the knife is really nice also to know, just in case, you know, you don't have a machine or you are around friend's house and you want to make pasta. So guys, I have spread the semola all around and now I'm going to fold it. So whenever I fold it, just in case the pasta dough it's a little bit too soft, I'm going to add extra semola. So it's going to basically help to separate the shape. I do the same to the other side. So I simply roll it and add flour. And I'm using semola because I love the consistency. It really gives you a rustic consistency to the pasta, which works much better when you have to hold the sauce. So now, guys, I will simply use a knife and cut it all the way through. So they are very small, tiny, I would say, you know, many they just call it spaghetti as well, but it's really good to remind that these are specific shape of pasta, especially if you go to Piedmont, which are called also tajolini. And we wanted to, you know, to remind that the best sauce to pair is with truffle. Now that is on season, you can use white or black truffle. So once I have cut it all through, and when it's a homemade hand-cut pasta, don't worry about to be too precise. If one shape doesn't look similar to the other, it's absolutely fine. It's a homemade product. And now you simply hold it in a way of showing this beautiful. We shake it off all the semola that we have used. And what I always do with the long pasta, in order to store it and also in order to just keep it to dry a little bit before we going to cook it, is to nest it. And we carry on with the other. Ragazzi, tagliolini are ready for my dinner tonight. I will nest it and leave it to dry for a little bit. You can also straight cook, it's not a problem. And if you like this pasta, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Ciao ragazzi!